I don't know why you call them suckers, Paul.
Yes. Hello, dear viewers.
Oh, sure. Now you call them your viewers. Should have heard it before we started recording.
Right.
Oh, folks, the thing he says about you.
Right before we hit the go live. So yes, we're pleased to see the number of people talking in the chat about how they finally made it on. You know,
Hello,
Curtis,
chat.
hello Tron, hello Super Grover. We are seriously considering bouncing this to the next the next time, just because.
But people couldn't show up, so we're gonna skip the show. But we want to. I insisted to Paul that we should go live and say to people, okay, the truth is, I was like, screw those suckers. Let's see how long they'll wait.
Yeah. So, because I think we at the last second there were a couple of people who couldn't make it, and so.
Oh no, let's name them.
That's it. Jack.
Yeah.
We haven't had Jack on for a long time.
Yeah,
Jack does show up in our
him.
Discord a couple times, now and then. But so yeah, I think we'll punt 1981 for a little bit longer, and that will
American style football punting or Canadian style. I don't know if there's a difference in punting actually.
I don't know.
In our football.
I think the World Cup is coming to the U.S. sort of soon. Cool. Speaking of football, but I don't know if that's cool or not.
Sure it is.
But
everyone knows football.
We'll see. I think they will actually be here in Boston for some number of the games. So,
are you gonna play? Did you make the team?
That's right. I'll start practicing now.
Yeah, you do that.
But yeah, okay. So Carrington has promised the coolest item he has ever seen, has ever brought to the RCR.
Yes, it is my favorite item of interest since the start of the show, and right. I will reveal it, I guess, on the next episode.
That's right. But yes, there's a bunch of 1981 stuff to talk about. Oh, and we've got let's see, 1981 Acorn released the BBC Micro model.
There's lots of 1981 stuff because it's the PC. Isn't 1981 the IBM PC?
I didn't have the BBC. It is, yes. I didn't have the BBC Micro down, but I should have. So now I do.
81, because it's the PC comes out. This
is what happens when we don't podcast.
It's the beginning of the end of me having a computer that had lots of games available in stores. It was like in my early life, I would have like an Apple II. I could go into stores, and if they sold computer games, they would sell games from my computer. And then IBM came out, and then I took the Macintosh route, and just increasingly I would go into stores and see all the shelves of other people's games, and then like the Mac section.
Yeah.
Sad.
This is another teaser for the 1981. One of the designs for the IBM PC.
Was it really?
Yeah. I love this thing.
Wait, am I being punked? That's an 800, right?
There was a brief moment when Atari, I don't know exactly who went to whom, but I think Atari may have approached IBM about like possibly being bought to kickstart their personal computer, and so they were looking for a design, that was not exactly Atari, but that is pretty close.
Yeah, it's 800.
Yeah.
They even kept that stupid key that's missing, that isn't really missing, that always looks like a missing key.
Yeah. Anyway, I was like, this photo. It took me a while to locate it again. But
kind
so
of
another teaser.
IBM's of Atari though, saying, "Hey, you guys need us to go into personal computers." And giant IBM looks down upon little Atari. Do we?
Yeah, I think somewhere the quote from IBM was, "That's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard." Something very much like that. But anyway, okay. So yeah, so I guess. Thank you, everybody, for making it.
Retrocompute.
Yeah. So we will. Although I will very soon get 1978 on the feed.
Yeah.
And
get
maybe
1978 on the feed.
And before maybe we should just quick check in on, like, tease some things from eBay. Oh, there is one cool thing though, which might not still be around.
Things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Look at the show notes. Of course, you picked it. Like, oh, I found. It'll be gone for next week. So I'll give something to the
Oh,
peeps.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that. Here's the thing. Everyone can go by. I'll share my screen. Hey, we're doing a show. Not doing a show. Here. Okay.
Yep.
Here. I'm sharing a screen on eBay.
Okay.
I found a new computer game. I don't think we've talked about this one. It's the worst yet. So it's Bugs and Loops, a computer game from 1970. And it is terrible looking. It is crazy. So how you play this game, I should put quotes around play as well, is you have a bunch of colored dice that have one color dot on each side. And you make a program stepping through a counter. And so you set up the dice down right here on your tape. You might have a green, red, blue, yellow, yeah. And then on the right side you put your pointer and you set it to a color, and then you use your program to decide, okay, I'm going to start with green, yellow, and then I'll change it to blue, red. And if you can do that, then you tell it to move the stack pointer one move up or down. But you can't make a loop or go off the edge because that's a bug. And that's the entire game.
Yeah.
So much fun for the whole family.
And it's a vintage 1970 item. It's an actual thing from history.
Crazy.
That does look quite not fun.
Yes. So it's the worst of them yet. I do love an old computer board game. So, and I'm sure it's $15. I'm sure it'll sell before the show. So
yeah,
there you go.
This is you will eat your vegetables, or we are going to play Bugs and Loops.
Trying in the chat to say it's actually the most organized episode yet.
Yeah.
See, when Quinn's not here, we do great.
Here's another one that I've never seen this on eBay.
Yes,
before.
worse than the Fortran game. Yes, Chad, it actually is. It looks the worst of all. Oh, what'd you get to beat with my a calculator?
It is an Olivetti Programmer 101. It is that first computer. It's the one. There was a documentary on it. We talked about it a little while ago. Featured, people in the bathtub using the 101 and so forth.
This is that thing. Okay.
Yeah. These are super rare. It looks nice. I mean, it looks nice for at least what it is. I don't know if it's usable, but because I didn't actually read the description very much, I was gonna.
Are you gonna buy it?
I don't think so.
No.
But I mean, it's $4,000. That's a lot of dollars. But I mean, which other one are you gonna buy for cheaper?
Not true. There's an Apple III on for $1,000 with a bunch of peripherals. Is that a good price? I wanted to ask you about it. I don't know if Apple IIIs go for a lot.
That
doesn't. There's a new lower price, and it's $1,000.
That doesn't sound like a great deal to me.
Stuff.
Yeah, I see. It does have
printer?
this drive. I wonder if this
it says it's
joystick
working,
works.
but it doesn't show it turned on, which bugs me.
And if you don't know how to use it, you can listen to the cassettes that tell you how to operate the Apple III. I have one of these. I think that's overestimating the value. Maybe not by a huge amount, but
because I have no idea what the going rate for an Apple III would be.
Yeah, I honestly don't really either. I should find out because I have too many, and I should have fewer.
And there's somebody selling Apple III games. I mean, they're not really Apple III games. They're Apple II games, but it says that you can, it's chess, checkers, and Odin, which is a Othello thing. But the sticker says you can play them on Apple III, and not a lot of games specifically call out.
Yeah,
you play this on Apple III, and these look so good.
Yeah, these are. I really do like these. These.
Mind of man.
Although I have all of the games, but I do not have that case.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
Do you want that case for $70?
Well, I do want the case. I'm not sure about that last part.
You can make offer.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they're very nice packaging.
Yeah, but I mean, terrible looking games. Who wants those games? Nobody wants those games.
Yeah. I think Wizardry also said that you could play it on the Apple III. There were a few things.
So these seem more like the kind of games I think an Apple III person would have.
Right.
You're the kind of guy who sat at an Apple III. These are the games for you. You don't get to have Wizardry. You got to play this.
Okay.
And that's the show, folks.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. Is there anything else that I feel like we should have?
Best show ever.
I mean, I guess the eBay auctions, the one thing about those is that they do
They
disappear.
expire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I figured I'd throw mine out there and get new ones for next time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good enough. So yeah, perhaps we should. So we will continue with 1981, or we will
No, that was
actually
it.
do 1981 next time.
Yeah.
But let's see. Okay, so I'll add the BBC Micro though to my list of 1981 things for next time. Maybe I'll find one. I'm always looking for one, but I never want to ship it from the UK, and that's the problem.
You gotta take a trip.
Yeah. Oh, I went to an estate sale.
Is that the one you listed at the? It has everything from my childhood. Did I die?
Yeah, I know that was pretty wild actually. Let's see if I.
Can you bring up pictures for people to see? Because it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
all the toys I had as a kid. So I guess Gen X people are now going to start to kick the bucket, and all the toys we have will become available.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it was I mean, it was just amazing. So let's see. I mean, so this is
I would have been friends with this person.
estatesales.net.
They've
But
got all the Star
tons
Wars
of Star Wars
toys that I
stuff.
had. They got games I played, computer things I had, action figures.
Yeah.
I want to have been friends with this person,
Yeah.
and now they're dead.
Sadly, yeah. It was a super curated thing.
There's a Stratego. I used to like Stratego.
Yeah, there was I think there was a somewhere here there was a Zaxxon game. Yeah, here it is.
Nice.
So that was one of the things I was thinking about was, maybe I can get the Zaxxon game if it was still there. And then, but there's a whole bunch of computer stuff. So there was a Mac, a bunch of a couple of monitors, 2GS, a bunch of magazines.
Did you know this person?
I did not.
Okay,
No.
'cause I'm thinking boy, howdy, they sort of run in our circles.
Yeah. So here's
They
how
played
you can
bass. This
sort of
person
see
was
it.
too cool for me. They
Yeah.
wouldn't have been friends with me. I wanted
Only
to be
four
friends with them,
strings, though.
but they wouldn't be friends with me. This is crazy, right? What a collection!
Yeah. No, I know.
And then you die. You spend your whole life collecting all these cool things, and then
It was clearly very curated, and there were a few things. So like one of the things that actually led me to go was I don't know if I can find it here because there are so many photos.
these handheld things. Was there
Oh,
Dungeons
this is-
and Dragons stuff? I swear this is all the things I've owned over my life.
Yeah, the thing I actually did walk away with is this Ultra Pong.
What's an Ultra Pong versus a regular Pong?
I think it has 4 players.
Ooh, that's pretty ambitious there.
Yeah, here that's a closer up.
Gotta get 3 other people who want to play Pong with you, Paul.
Yep. I didn't get a power supply, but it actually runs on C batteries, so I can run it.
Back in the
Anyway.
day. Yeah, Curtis in the chat saying it's a Merlin. Yep, that is definitely a Merlin. I see.
Yep, I have. I would have tried hard to get that, except that I do already have one in the box. But that was a big part of my childhood too.
You're looking at your
the
future, here,
paddles.
Paul.
Yeah, I know.
You're dead, and look at all the stuff available.
That's the sad part. But somewhere there's a little, there's a pile of like, here we go. Yeah.
There's a gumball machine.
So piles of these whatever role playing games that you play on the tabletop, but hidden in there is a Computer Bismarck, which is like the first SSI game, in a big thick box. Yeah. So I went to go.
Did you get it?
I did not. I forget. It was something like, I forget what number I got there, not super late. I mean, like an hour before it opened, and I was something like 86th or something. Like they give you out a number, and as soon as I walked in, someone had just like put tape over all of the computer stuff that just said like sold. So somewhere someone just went in there, and so probably some of these things are going to actually show up on eBay at some point. But yeah, it's quite a cutthroat world there
Also,
in the
there's a crazy
estate
collection
sale.
of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't want to actually have all these things, but I would have liked to have gone to this just to like hang out with the stuff for a bit and kind of see it and touch it, like just to have the nostalgia feeling of all this cool old stuff.
Yeah, it was just crazy. But yeah, and I could really see this is not me, but this is like just a couple of quantum levels above me.
Right. But it's also clearly somebody kind of in my age range, because a lot of these toys are toys when I was a little kid. So it's not somebody who was in their 90s, who was, I think. So it's like, this is my people now starting to cack it. But also clearly somebody who never let anything go. This would be like every toy they ever had, I guess they just held on to.
Yeah, though I think it's probably more curated than that even. I think this really is someone who's collecting. Here's the Fisher Price mainframe back there.
Oh, cool.
And a speak and spell, and so I mean, I find it hard to imagine that somebody at the moment had collected all these things, but yeah, it really is. All that stuff really does look like my childhood.
Right. It's crazy. It's crazy how many things I recognize here that I forgot that I had knew.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
Using up places in my brain, and the reason I can't learn Spanish, because I remember all these things. Way to go, brain. Thanks.
If only you could forget these, you could roll your R's.
I know. It'd be amazing.
Anyway, yeah, so that's it was a somewhat disappointing trip just because I only got the one thing.
Sure. But you got to see the stuff. You probably didn't want to actually get all these things.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pens.
Yeah, no,
you're
this
right.
just
somebody
keeps
gets
going.
on a collecting bug.
Yeah.
And goes full Paul.
Right. Anyway, okay, so yeah, that's
Crazy.
all right. So, yeah, I guess we'll call it there.
I like it. Great show.
Yep.
Good stuff.
All right, and we'll be back for the actual episode 281 probably 2 weeks from now.
I like how we always go so long that even if we just pop in to say there's no show, it takes us like 17 minutes.
Right. Were you recording, by the way?
Nope.
That's excellent. Okay. Good. All right. Well, thanks everyone for showing up. I hope this made it like slightly less of a waste of your time.
Yeah, slightly less.
But all right.
Okay.
See everyone
See everyone
later. Okay. Bye.